And one of the questions is, so overall, looking back on the film, what was the most challenging scene to put together for you? It could be even a small scene. What was the one that took a lot of like you wrapping your head around, and also you might be most proud of, like, wow, I pulled that one off.
Yeah, well, let me think about most challenging for a little bit. I'll tell you the one that we recut the most, which is the montage starting with the bistro where they start dancing, and then we go into, to Oscar spending time or Victor spending time with Elizabeth and William at the tower. That, we did, I don't, at least 50 versions of that. And in that scene, as any editor knows, when you have a montage that's very closely tied to the music that you're cutting with every small change requires a recut of music. And I was also editing the music on this, at least the temp music on this. And so every time that we would recut that, then I'd be like, okay, Guillermo, give me like 20 minutes. I have to go figure out how to patch the cue. In terms of the what was challenging, honestly, the challenge on this editorially was doing what I had to do quickly, because Guillermo likes to come in 2 hours before a crew call every day and edit the scene that he shot the day before. So I would come in 4 hours before call, and I would do the edit. So by the time that he came in, we had something to talk about. The great thing is because he's so directed and he so knows what he wants. You can look at his dailies and you can pretty easily interpret, this is where he wants me to be in this scene at this point, and then we'll cut over here. And so there's not a lot of ambiguity. Like sometimes on another film you might get 8 hours of dailies, for a 2-minute scene, and then have to figure out how am I going to put this together. But he's very specific, and he knows what he wants. So the challenge is actually cutting something for him that surprises him, and then getting him to accept it. And sometimes he does, and sometimes he's like, "Oh, that works," but let's do it the way that I thought.